Here we're using the Tool fuel injector cleaner system. So you're going to start by just hanging it up here from the hood, and then we got to hook it up to the fuel rail. So I'm using this adapter here. Just take the black cap off that port. You're going to screw both of these in. This goes to the adapter to here. Just tighten them until you stop hearing fuel escaping from the connections, air hissing. It does take quite a bit of force, but if you take a vice grips or something to it, be very, very careful. I was able to get it tight by hand. It's still, you can actually hear it still leaking a little bit. So I gotta tighten it just a little bit more. I'll do that off camera so I can be gentle. Tighten this all the way shut. Then you're going to take your fuel injector cleaner. Highly recommend this. Just pour it right in the top. You don't want to fill up this container, because then, shoot, looks like I got pretty close. It's easier if there's there's a decent amount of space here for the air pressure to build up. There's a decent amount of space here for the air pressure to build up. But if it's too full, so we'll see what happens. I dumped this whole thing in, so we'll see. The pressure regulator might just adapt to it. So I'm gonna snug those up and then get the cap put on here, get the air hooked up, and then we'll get our pressure adjusted. Alright, so I got my shop air hooked up. Right when I hooked it up, it went to right about here, about 35 psi. We're going to want to increase this to exceed the fuel pump pressure, because we want to make sure this gets forced into the engine as opposed to fuel from the gas tank. If this pressure is lower than the gas tank fuel pump pressure, then none of this stuff is going to go into the engine. If this is higher, this is going to go in first. If it's like balanced with the fuel tank fuel pressure, then it'll kind of mix. So I'm going to put this up to about 55. I'm going to make sure this is actually leaking from here, because I do not want to have to. I wonder if it's leaking from. I'll have to figure that out. I might need to put some thread tape on here. But that's not going to affect us. It's not going to affect what we're doing. Alright, now I'm going to loosen this a little bit to test those connections. See if we get any liquid coming out. Alright, opening now. Alright, nothing. Cool, so we're ready. Alright, so now we're going to start the engine. And then, so I shut this right after testing it. We're going to start the engine, and then we're going to open this right up. Not seeing any response from the engine. Okay. So I decreased my pressure setting here, so no new air is going to come through here. No new air is going to come through here. So if this decreases, that means that we're slowly pushing cleaner through here, and it is decreasing. So I'm going to move the pressure back up. I'm going to time and see how long this takes. Another way you can do this is by clamping off the line coming from the tank. So now, once this is empty and just spitting air, the engine will start coughing, and I'll know that it's done. As soon as the engine starts coughing, take these off, it should start running normally again. And then we can continue our work. Alright, so the engine's starting to run rough. Pull that off. Shut this. And didn't quite catch it in time. Alright, so I'll have to cycle the key a few times and she should start up again.